In this video, I'm going to be reviewing what we did in class as a preparation for the test. Let's start with number 1 here. Remember that using Pythagorean theorem says that a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where c is always the hypotenuse. Right? So that means that here I'm going to have 4 squared plus 3 squared equals to x squared. Keep in mind always the hypotenuse is opposite to the right angle, and it's the one that goes by itself. So that means that I got 16 plus 9 equals to x squared. So this is 25 equals to x squared, and then the square root on both sides. That means that x equals to 5. See number 2. So number 2 again, my hypotenuse here is 13.5. That means that I got 4 squared plus x squared here. On this part, the two legs, it doesn't matter the order. You can put the x squared first and then the 4 squared equals to 13.5 squared. So I got 16 plus x squared, and let's go to the calculator, find how much is 13.5 squared, and that's 182.25. And I'm going to subtract the 16 on both sides. That's 100 x squared equals to 166.25, and then the square root on both sides. So the square root on both sides, that's going to give me 12.9 inches. Okay. Number 3, I'm going to state find if it's acute, obtuse, or right. Remember that again. I'm going to still use the quadratic, the Pythagorean theorem. So a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. That means that it's a right triangle. If a squared plus b squared is greater than c squared, that means that it's an acute triangle. And then if a squared plus b squared is less than c squared, that means that it's an obtuse triangle. That means that I have 6 squared plus 8 squared, and I'm going to compare that to 10 squared. So I got 36 plus 64, and 10 squared is 100. This is 100 equal to 100. So they're equal to each other. So that means that this is a right triangle. Let's see the next one. So again, I'm going to take 11.6 squared plus 36 squared. And then remember that the one that goes by itself on the right side here is always the greater of the 3 numbers. So by going to a calculator, this is 134.56 plus 1296, and 37.5 is 14.6.25. Right? By adding this is 1430.56, 1406.25. So that means that the addition of the legs is greater than. So this is an acute triangle. This is the next one, right? It says find the missing leg length, right? Leave your answer in radical simplest form. It's important that we're leaving it right. So first step is that we have a 45, 45, 90 degree triangle where we have the hypotenuse, and we're going to find the legs. In this case, we're working with case 2 of the reference sheet, where m is equal to n, and that equals to 10 times the square root of 2 over 2. So that means that I can simplify here by 5 and cancel out that 2. So I get 5 square root of 2. On a 30-60, we know that this one down here is 60 degrees. In a 30-60, first we're going to identify my shortest leg. So the shortest leg is opposite to 30 degrees, so it's that 5 over here. Now, I can either find the longest leg first or the hypotenuse. To find the hypotenuse, in this case is u. Remember, hypotenuse is opposite to the 90 degree. It's 5 times 2 equals 10. And then to find the longest leg, I'm going to multiply my shortest leg times the square root of 3. Number 7 here, I have a 30-60 degree triangle, special right triangle, where I have the hypotenuse. On that one, I'm always going to find first my shortest leg, that is the opposite of 30. On this case, it's v. So v, I'm going to find it by dividing 6 by 2, so that's 3. And then to find u, that is my longest leg. I'm going to multiply my shortest leg times the square root of 3. And number 8, again, I know that this one is 60, so that means that I got my longest leg. So to find my shortest leg first, I'm going to multiply that times the square root of 3 over 3. That's 2 square root of 3 over 3. And then to find A, I'm multiplying 2 square root of 3 over 3 times 2. And in this case, remember that we have a 1 here, so I have 2. So it's 4 square root of 3 divided by 3. That are my two answers. The next part says find the value of each trigonometric ratio. So remember that this we're using SOHCAHTOA. So it's sine. Let's start by finding sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So sine of x is important, that I'm going to identify my angle is this one right here. So the opposite is 15 and the hypotenuse is 39. That means that sine of x equals to 15 over 39. And in this case, I can simplify that by 3. So I get 5 over 13. Number 10, I'm using tangent. And tangent, again, right here, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So that means that angle C is this one. My opposite is 24. My adjacent is 7. So that means that tangent of C equals to opposite over adjacent. So 24 over 7. Then the last one, I'm finding cosine. Again, on SOHCAHTOA, we can see that cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So that means that I get cosine of C, is this angle, is the adjacent, that is 40, over the hypotenuse, that is 41. So cosine of C equals to 40 over 41. That's it for this video. May the force be with you.